We're here at the International Roofing Expo, and I have Brad Van Dam with me, Vice President for Metal Era. Thanks for joining me today, Brad.
Thanks, Jody. Good to see you.
So I hear that you're launching a new product. Can you tell me a little bit about the product and why you're introducing it?
We are. So our product's name is Eliminailer, and this is the first time we're showing it out to the market. It's a culmination of about 2 years of work and development process here at Metal Era, and this is really exciting for us to be able to launch it here at IRE. So Eliminailer, and it's a good solution for contractors.
So tell me a little bit about what the product is itself and what problem it helps solve.
Yeah, so one of the things we noticed, Metal Era is the largest manufacturer of copings and fascias in North America. And so industry-leading wind warranties, and a lot of what we kept seeing was failures of the nail. So we have this beautiful fascia system with a high wind warranty, and all of a sudden, the nailer would come flying off because it wasn't secured properly. In addition, nailers tended to be sort of warped, a little wavy. Contractors have moisture-filled nailers. You didn't know if they were treated or untreated. So there's a lot of variation in the industry. And we thought, providing a pre-manufactured solution on the nailer with some testing behind it and an uplift warranty would really give the contractor and owner something they could hang their hat on. So after 2 years of R&D, contractor engagement, testing, we were finally ready to bring this out and solve the problem for the contractors.
So how often does the nailer fail at the edge?
Well, roughly 60% of roof failures are related to the perimeter edge. It doesn't always mean the nailer, sometimes it's the fascia. There's a lot of testing as it relates now to the fascia. ANSI Spry ES1 has been in code since 2003. As it relates to the wood nailer, there's really only a loose guideline. FM 149 does have standards for uplift, but there's no real test. You don't put a wood nailer on at FM and verify that the specific wood nailer you're using meets that standard. So because of that variation, one of the things we wanted to do is figure out a way to make sure that when a contractor goes and grabs something to secure to, they know that if they follow a specific pattern, guideline, the product's going to be consistent every time. So this product, Eliminailer, allows us that opportunity. It also has some other advantages. So one of the big things is the way the product is designed allows you to extend the insulation all the way to the perimeter edge. Now that gives a thermal advantage, roughly 35% more tension on that inside edge. It's a great diagram, it's a great conversation with architects and consultants who are worried about building perimeter and skin enclosure. In addition to that, the fascia system now allows you to only face fasten into that extrusion. So now the contractor doesn't have to poke holes in the horizontal membrane, leading to leaks and other issues. Those things, combined with the fact that we've got significant testing behind it, makes it a very strong option for contractors.
So what is this Eliminailer product that you are launching? Tell me some of the features.
Yeah, so traditional wood nailer, 2x6, 2x8, 2x12s, wood, treated, untreated. Well, this product basically is an aluminum extrusion that allows you again to extend that insulation to the exterior perimeter. It's fastened down only 6 inches on center, different substrates. You can go into concrete, go into masonry, you can go into steel, go into a wood or an existing wood nailer that may be good. So this really allows for you to be able to secure down and have a nailer that you can trust.
So is there any time savings? Is it faster or is it slower than installing a wood nailer?
A lot faster. So our time study shows that it's about a 60% savings in labor for the contractor. We all know the contractors these days have significant problems with labor. Certainly they're looking for ways to reduce costs for owner and installation. This really does that. 60% savings on labor around your entire perimeter, and then a fascia system that you're already attaching anyway going into it with testing is a very good place.
Now you talk about testing. With it being a new product, is there a warranty?
There is. So part of the process to get there, we had to go through our FM testing to determine whether or not it would meet that wind uplift of FM 149. In addition, we've completed our FM testing now, and so we have a perimeter and a corner rating for a specifier architect to use. One of the great things about Metal Era is once we have all that backing behind it, we put it out to the field, our engineering team has looked at it, we then tie it into a fascia warranty or a coping warranty. So in this case, this allows us to extend our lifetime 215 mile per hour warranty, which is unique in the industry. So no one else in the market is offering a lifetime of growth 215 mile per hour warranty on the fascia. Now for us, using perimeter edge condition where we're actually able to replace the nailer, we can get one of the best nailer warranties in the industry. So, exciting.
Yeah, that's huge. Now, is there a particular market or application that Eliminator fits best into?
Yes. So when we came out with the product, our idea was re-roofing is the biggest portion of the overall market. Depending on who you talk to, 60 to 80% of the market is re-roofing. So it was originally designed to kind of fit that piece. What we've learned is, based on whether you're doing an R20, an R39, whatever your installation height is, or even if you're going over an existing food fill application, you're only putting a half-inch coverboard. The Eliminailer actually will allow you to use that product and eliminate the wood on all of those applications. We're also seeing the need for it being specified on new construction, which allows us to enter that new construction market. So as much as I'd like to say it's one particular application, actually it's exciting that it's applicable to all applications. So it's been great.
So you talked a little bit about, or you're talking quite a bit about, nailer failing at the edge. What are some of the reasons that a nailer fails at the edge?
A couple things. Sometimes they're warped, so it's very difficult for the contractor. They have to seam, pitch, or level it, shim it, and that may not be a failure per se at that particular moment. It's extra labor for the contractor, but in the future, it may not be secured well, so it doesn't have the consistency that you would see around the entire perimeter. Other options there, sometimes they absorb moisture. Maybe they're treated lumber and they have a reaction with the actual nail that's being used or the securement method of the nailer, so that could be an issue. In addition, it's now also a food source for bugs. It could be an issue for insulation. We've solved a lot of those problems now by using that extrusion. So that's one of the main reasons that we really decided we needed to develop the product.
Well, it definitely sounds exciting. What about the million-dollar question, price, right? How does it compare to more traditional materials such as wood?
Yeah, so the nailer itself is a little bit more expensive than a traditional wood nailer or a single wood nailer. As you add additional layers up, it actually reduces the cost. When you take into account the labor savings, that you're reducing the labor by about 60%, ultimately it's less expensive for the contractor to go this route. In addition to receiving wind warranty, uplift warranty, consistency around the perimeter, thermal benefits, all those things added up, it's a lot less expensive for the contractor and the owner.
Well, it sure sounds like you have a great product on your hands. So thank you so much for your time today at IRE.
Thanks, Jody. Appreciate it.